What's up, clever masterminds? Clever Boy 86 here, and it is 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I just woke up. I got to bed pretty late last night, and yeah, so, anyways, I just woke up a little while ago, and it is 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I remember waking up earlier at like 8:30 in the morning, and I was gonna get up, but I decided to go back to sleep for a little bit, and I ended up waking up at 2 o'clock. So, yeah, anyways, I gotta get my day started. So, yeah, anyways, let's get this vlog started. Guys, it is like 11 o'clock at night right now, and my day has felt really short because I woke up at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and then I went out to lunch with Dad around 3, and we came back, and Dad had to leave for work, and then I went to sleep for a little bit at like 6 o'clock, and I woke up at around 8:30, and just been hanging out, and yeah, so my days felt really short because I woke up at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and then I fell asleep at around 6 for about 2.5 hours. So yeah, my day's been really messed up. But yeah. So The Incredibles 2 is coming out on June 15th, and I'm super excited to see it. The Incredibles is one of my favorite Pixar films, and I remember when I was a really little kid just watching The Incredibles over and over. And The Incredibles came out the year I was born, 2004, and I just loved The Incredibles, so I'm super excited to see The Incredibles 2, and since The Incredibles 2 is coming out, I figured I'd talk about my Pixar marathon that I did a few months ago. So, back at the end of February, I did a Pixar movie marathon where I watched all 19 Pixar movies in the span of 5 days. So, I'm going to talk about my Pixar marathon, but first, let me give you guys a little backstory. So, I grew up with Pixar. Like, when I was a kid, I remember watching all the Pixar movies and all the shorts, and I just loved Pixar. I had all the Pixar movies on DVD, and I had this little DVD player, and I just remember watching Pixar movies over and over again. So, back in February, it had been a while since I'd seen a Pixar movie, and I was just in the mood for some Pixar for some reason. And I was gonna watch one of the Pixar movies, and out of nowhere, I was like, you know what, why don't I do a Pixar marathon? And it was a really impulsive decision. Like, I didn't really think about it. But I was like, you know what, why not do a Pixar marathon? So I decided to watch all the Pixar movies. I had all of them on Blu-ray except for Coco. And I started, of course, with Toy Story, and I watched them in chronological order. And I was telling myself, like, there's no way I can watch all the Pixar movies. You know, like, I've got school, and I didn't think I could do it, but I was like, you know what, I'm going to give it a try. So I started with Toy Story, and I went in chronological order. Went with Toy Story, which is, of course, a classic. And then A Bug's Life, and then Toy Story 2, which is, of course, another classic. Then Monsters, Inc., and then Finding Nemo, which is my second favorite Pixar film. And I remember I only watched half of Finding Nemo, and then the next day I watched the other half of Finding Nemo, and then I watched The Incredibles, and then Cars, and Ratatouille, which is another one of my favorite Pixar films, and then WALL-E. And then the next day was day 3, and it was a Monday, so I had school. But when I got home from school, I watched Up, which I hadn't seen before. Or no, I had seen it, but I watched it a really long time ago, like when I was a little kid. So I didn't remember anything from it. But I watched Up, and I loved it. Like, the first 10 minutes were some of the saddest moments in Pixar history. But I really loved Up. I thought it was a really great film. And then I watched Toy Story 3, which is my favorite Pixar film of all time. Then I watched Cars 2 and Brave. And then the next day, day 4, I watched Monsters University, Inside Out, and The Good Dinosaur, which is my least favorite Pixar film. And I just thought The Good Dinosaur was really disappointing. It was really slow, and I just wasn't really a fan of it. And then day 5, the final day of the Pixar marathon, I watched Finding Dory, Cars 3, and Coco, which I hadn't seen, and I loved it. I thought it was a really great film, and yeah, I loved it. I still gotta get Coco on Blu-ray, because I own all the Pixar movies on Blu-ray except for Coco, so I gotta get that. But yeah, I loved Coco. I thought it was just a really great film, and yeah. So, anyways, that was my Pixar marathon. I had a really great time doing it, and I was surprised that I was able to actually finish it. And it was a really fun marathon, just watching all the Pixar movies. And then I did a video ranking all 19 Pixar movies. So if you haven't seen that, definitely check that out as well. But yeah, I did the Pixar marathon, filmed it, and it was a really great time. And yeah, so anyways, just wanted to talk about my Pixar marathon since The Incredibles 2 is coming out in a few days. And yeah, definitely really excited to see it. I might go see it with Dad for Father's Day, since Father's Day is June 17th. Yeah, that might be cool. But anyways, that's the story of my Pixar marathon. Alright, so I thought it'd be interesting to talk about some of the craziest vlogs that I've ever filmed, because I've done over 1,000 vlogs at this point, so I filmed some pretty crazy stuff, and I thought it'd be interesting to talk about the craziest vlog that I've ever filmed. By the way, it is 4:11 in the morning right now, and I have no idea why I'm still up, so after I film this, I'm going to film an outro, and I'm going to bed. But anyways, here are some of the craziest vlogs that I've ever filmed. By the way, this was really last minute. I was thinking about doing this video in a few days and using clips from the vlogs that I'm about to talk about and really editing it, but that just seemed like a lot of work, so I decided to just do this tonight. So sorry guys, but yeah, anyways, I'm just gonna talk about a few crazy vlogs that I filmed. So here we go. The first vlog that I have here is called Winter is Here, and that was the first snow of winter in South Dakota in November of 2016, and it was my first real memory of seeing snow, because I was born in New York and I lived there until I was 7, and I remember it snowed there during the winters, but I don't really have any memories of seeing snow. And then we moved to Vegas, where it doesn't snow during the winters. So this was really my first memory of seeing snow. And it was cold, but it was really cool. But anyway, so the next vlog that I have here is called Into the Cold. And I filmed this, I want to say March of last year. So I remember one day in South Dakota, it was freezing. There was a blizzard, it was snowing, and we were all trapped inside because of the snow. And I remember going outside, and it was freezing, and yeah, it was really cold. There was this huge blizzard, and then Dad had to go outside and use the snowblower to clear the driveway. So that was another pretty crazy vlog. We were trapped in there the whole day. But yeah, anyways, then the next vlog I have is actually a vlog that I filmed a couple months ago, and it's called Breaking Bad Trip in ABQ. So this was when my mom and I went to Albuquerque, and well, we were mainly going to Colorado, but we flew into Albuquerque, and we rented a rental car, and we visited a few Breaking Bad locations, because Breaking Bad is my favorite show of all time. We almost missed our flight which was pretty crazy. Like, we barely made our flight. If we were 2 minutes later, we would have missed it. So that was pretty crazy. We were like running through the airport at 7 o'clock in the morning. And we made our flight, obviously. And we flew to Albuquerque, visited some Breaking Bad locations. Like, we visited Walter White's house. And the lady who owns the house yelled at me, even though I was taking a video of the house from across the street. And she yelled at me. She was like, "Go away, Breaking Bad's over." So that was kind of funny. I got that on video. And yeah, we visited a couple other Breaking Bad locations. Like, we visited the car wash. We visited Hank and Marie's house. We visited Los Pollos Hermanos, which was actually a real restaurant, and we ate there. And we also visited Jesse Pinkman's house. So that was really fun. And then we drove to Durango, Colorado, and we stayed with my mom's friend for a few days. So yeah, that was a really crazy vlog. But anyway, so the next vlog I have here is vlog number 1000. So this was a huge milestone for me, 1,000 vlogs. And for my 1000th vlog, Dad and I went to the top of the Stratosphere, which is one of the tallest buildings in Vegas. And I filmed like a little mini music video, and it was really cool. Looking down at Vegas from the top of the Stratosphere, that was a really cool experience. And then part of the vlog is just me thanking you guys. So yeah, my 1000th vlog was, that was a pretty crazy vlog as well. And then another vlog that I have on here is called Going to Mexico, which I filmed in July of last year. So last summer, I took a trip to Cabo San Lucas in Mexico with my mom, my aunt, and my 2 cousins. And I remember we drove to LAX, and we left at like 11 o'clock at night. And then we got to LAX around 4 o'clock in the morning. And our flight was at like 7. And we flew to Mexico. And that was a really great drive. We all stayed up and we were all talking and hanging out. And that was a really fun drive. And then we flew to Mexico, and I had an amazing time. Like, I literally had the time of my life there. But getting to Mexico was a pretty crazy experience as well. But anyways, then I also have the 3 vlogs that I filmed at Universal Studios. So I've been to Universal Studios 3 times. The first time was in August of 2016. The second time was in November 2016. And the third time was in July of last year, right after Mexico, actually. So I have all 3 of those vlogs on here as well. And might be going back to Universal Studios this summer. Not saying for sure, but just saying, might be filming another vlog in Universal Studios this summer. But I had a really fun time all 3 times that I went. And definitely the best ride at Universal Studios is Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey. Except the last time I went to Universal Studios, the ride broke down twice, which was kind of annoying. But that was a really fun ride. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. And the whole wizarding world of Harry Potter there was really fun. But anyways, so those were some of the craziest vlogs that I've ever filmed. If I had to pick one, I'd go with either the Breaking Bad trip or going to Mexico. But they're all pretty crazy vlogs. Also, the Pixar movie marathon, that was pretty crazy. Although I filmed that over 5 days. But I was just talking about that earlier in the vlog, so you can add that one to the list of crazy vlogs that I filmed. But yeah, anyways, so hope you guys enjoyed hearing about some of the craziest and best vlogs that I've ever filmed. I'll try and link those below if I remember to do that, so you guys can check them out if you want. But anyways, I'm going to end the vlog here. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you all for the next one. Alright, bye guys. Guys, it is starting to get light out, and I'm just now going to bed. Like, it's already starting to get light out. It's like almost 5 o'clock in the morning, and I'm just now going to bed. Wow.